Welcome back. Now, if you're like me, you probably need new customers from time to time. And one of the easiest ways to attract new customers is with testimonials from existing customers. And the most powerful way to do that is with video testimonials. But Bob, that sounds like so much work. Well, it's a little bit of work, but I'm going to show you how to make it much, much less work. I'm going to show you the questions to ask, and you can watch me interview my own clients in real time. You can see the interviews, and then you can see the finished product afterwards. So if you want a really easy process for capturing video testimonials on your website, stick around and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Welcome back. So my name is Bob Gentle and welcome to Amplify. I post new videos every Wednesday about something to do with digital sales, digital marketing. That's my jam. Before I go any further, if you do enjoy content like this, consider giving this video a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you want to see more content like this, specifically from me. And also consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, also hit the bell icon. That way YouTube will notify you with an alert of some kind every time I post new content, which is normally every Wednesday. So if you want to gather testimonials from your customers, the first thing you're going to need to do is ask them some questions. It would be fantastic if people just rocked up and started saying amazing things about you. But the reality is everybody's busy and they don't unless you ask them. And then a lot of the time they'll say some really nice things about you. Now, you can leave that to chance. You can have some random questions, or you can have some very specific questions that send them in some very specific conversational directions. And out of that, you can build a great testimonial or case study. So I have a list of questions that you can have completely free, that you can apply them to pretty much any business. If you want them, just let me know down in the comments that you would like to have that list of questions and I will send them right over to you. So how's this going to work? Well, the first thing we're going to just remember is this is a video testimonial we're looking for. Now, if you're watching this in spring 2021, we're still in the midst of a global pandemic. I'm not going out of my house very much, but I still want these video testimonials. So we're going to be using Zoom. And the reason I recommend Zoom is because it's fast and it's free and there's no barriers to getting it done. There's lots of fancy ways you can do this. We're going to do it with Zoom. And what we're aiming for is a documentary style interview where you don't hear any questions from me. You just see the responses. So we're going to have a Zoom interview, 15 minutes maximum. And then that's all going to be chopped down into an interview style testimonial afterwards. So I'm going to run you through the questions that I'm going to be asking. So the first question I want to ask them is, what hesitations did you have about working with me? Out of that, they're going to tell me about all the things they thought could go wrong. And it's going to be a nice way to start the interview because the next questions really start to tell a very positive story. So the next question is, what was your biggest pain point before you started working with me? And they're going to tell me about all the problems that they had before. The next question is, how did I address that pain point? And they're going to start talking about the actions we took and the strategies and things like that. The next question was, what were the first couple of actions you took right after we started working together? And this is great because for the person watching this, they're going to start to see things happened quickly. They moved. There wasn't sort of months of strategy sessions before anything happened. It was rapid action. And then what was the biggest impact working with me? And then they'll start talking about all the impacts that they had. Then, what do you appreciate about working with Bob the most? And then they're naturally going to talk about some of the things that they appreciated. Then, what kind of person would benefit from working with me? Then they'll talk about the kinds of people who they think could work very well with me. And then if you were introducing Bob to a friend, how would you do that? And then I would hope they'd speak with some warmth. Then, how would you sum up your experience of working with Bob? We're bringing them to a conclusion now. And then wrapping this all up with what feels different in your business now. So we're speaking to the feelings of the person who's watching this testimonial. So these are the 10 questions that I'm going to be asking my customers. So here you'll see all I've done is record a few Zoom calls, ask the questions, got the responses, edited out the questions, and this is how it all looks at the end. I think you'll agree, it's pretty effective.
I'm Ailey. I'm Director and Creative at Dunclyde.
And I'm Daniel, also a Director at Dunclyde. And we specialise in brands and websites for ambitious businesses. If I was going to introduce a friend to Bob, I would say he's very kind. He's extremely helpful. He always over deliver for you. He definitely takes the time to really get to know your business and really get to know what you're doing. And he genuinely cares. He's not just one of these digital marketing gurus that's just putting out generic stuff. He really cares about your business. We really felt like we were a valued customer.
Bob wouldn't just answer a question just off the top of his head. If he doesn't know the answer, he'll go away and find the answer. So he's always giving you like the best advice to his knowledge. He's not just sort of just applying a generic answer to your questions. Since working with Bob, we definitely action a lot more of our marketing ideas. So before, we kind of had some ideas of what we think we should be doing, but we weren't taking any steps at all towards them. And really, after working with Bob, we've increased our marketing activity tenfold or more. We just action our ideas a lot more, and we actually have different streams and different ideas that we're working on all the time.
Yeah, I feel like we have something there that tangible that we can show with our video content. There's just so many more aspects to our business. Before, I think we were quite flat. We had our portfolio and we were just on a website, and that was it. And now we have all these different dimensions to our business. It makes it feel much larger to the customer's eye. So working with Bob's been a really great experience from the start. I think we didn't really know exactly what avenue to take with our marketing, and Bob really took the time to sit down with us, do a strategy session and work out what was going to work really great for our business. Particularly, we wanted to expand internationally. So Bob helped us in coming up with a YouTube channel and building out that video marketing aspect to allow us to grow and to allow people to meet us through our content and to expand internationally.
We knew that we had to do something with our marketing, and we didn't have a very strong pipeline that we could rely on. We really just relied on word of mouth, and we wanted to have much more control over the kind of work that was coming in, but we didn't really know how to get there. And Bob gave us an analytical approach to our marketing and really sat down with us to understand where we wanted to go, what kind of work we wanted, and then helped us work out a plan of action, of steps we could take to start actually getting those clients and putting content out that would help us meet the clients that we wanted to meet.
My name is Rosie Elliott, and I am an image whisperer with House of Colour, Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire. You're engaging, you have a genuine interest in your clients and in helping them. I think you are passionate about what you do, and that passion shines through. You're always willing to go that extra mile, to find that extra piece of technology, to find that extra website, to find that YouTube video that would help your clients to have a further understanding, to go and find people that we could be looking at, that would give us exemplars of what to do on certain parts of social media. So for example, Instagram, which I'm not very good at, you went and found somebody and said, go and have a look at her, Rosie, because I think that would be what you could use as almost like a template. So it's about that extra mile that you go, Bob. The time that you give and the willingness to make things as easy as possible, especially for people like me, that are concerned about our knowledge and understanding about social media, but also accountability. I really like that. I really like the fact that, from 1 week to the next week or 1 month to the next month, when we come back and we meet one another on screen, it is, and where are you now, Rosie? And you're expecting, well, Bob, yes, this is what I've done this last month. You don't use jargon when you've got your clients in front of you. And I think it was about the fact that you have great content which you deliver in small bite-sized pieces so that you can ensure that your clients actually do understand what you're talking about, and you continually check that we have that understanding. So we become more confident in ourselves. So it's that accountability, but there is, and it's done with such kindness, and it's about the way that you appreciate your clients. So that's been a learning curve for me as well. You'll support your clients no matter how naive you feel about social media marketing. And you'll never ever feel that you're asking a silly question because you always take the time to actually answer it in a way that is very easy for us to understand. I now have a full understanding about the importance of consistency, about knowing where I'll find my clients, about using that avatar, about being bold enough to get on and do my own videoing, as we were speaking about beforehand, and just to enjoy it.
I've been working with Bob for just over a year now, and I can honestly say that it's one of the best things I've ever done for my business. He's enabled me to understand parts of social media and having a business online that I wouldn't have been able to get from hours of trawling through YouTube for advice and tutorials. Working with Bob has been a time-efficient way of getting to where I want to be and achieving the goals I had for my business around social media. Biggest impact working with you has been the increased presence I have on social media. I get so many people saying, oh, I saw you post on this, and oh, I saw you post on that. Whereas before, I just disappeared into the background. Although I've been working with you as part of a group of people, I really appreciate it that you took the time to adjust that training and to adjust your advice to each of us individually, to our individual needs. The kind of person who would benefit from working with you would be people who want to increase their social media presence, or rather optimize their social media presence, so they're not chasing their tail all the time and they know that what they're putting out there is working for them.
So I hope you can see how easy that all was. This was a simple, easygoing conversation. You could do this with any client. It's so simple. The finished product is going to be on a few different pages of my website. Anybody visiting those pages is going to feel much more confident about reaching out to me. So hopefully this all makes sense. I would love to see what you do. So let me know in the comments if you're going to have a go at this yourself. If you would like the questions that I asked, the list of 10 questions, you can have those. Just drop in the comments, Bob, I'd like those questions, and I'll send them right over to you. Before you go, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell. That way YouTube knows to send you notifications every time I post new content, which is normally every Tuesday. I'm Bob Gentle. I have loved doing this with my clients for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.